What if you could get access to an untapped arsenal of tools and techniques that consistently propel you into a realm of unlimited potential? Have you ever felt like success is just out of reach despite your best efforts? Or caught a glimpse of that spark within that yearns for more? Well, get ready to break through those barriers as we peel back the secrets of those who've mastered unlimited successes. The code you're about to crack is the missing link you never knew you needed. Now, this isn't just another live stream. It's going to be a journey, an inner journey, a transformation that could lead to your evolution. So stick around if you've ever wondered how to become invincible in a field of unlimited potential. If any of this piques your interest, just go ahead and drop a hashtag unlimited potential in the comments. Sit back and buckle up. Welcome, everyone, to Hacking the Infinity Matrix, episode 123, Becoming Invincible in the Field of Unlimited Potential. Today, we explore what could make you better in your career, better in your relationships, better in your health, and even makes you a better person almost overnight. So if this is your first time on our weekly live streams, please let us know by dropping a hashtag first time in the comments. And during the stream, if you like the content, it would be greatly appreciated if you'd let us know with a comment. If you have questions, go ahead and drop them in there as well, or even just gonna throw some emojis on the screen as well, okay? If you think people you know might enjoy it, please do share and even tag those people so they get the notification. And don't be shy, all right? Don't be shy. You could totally turn someone's day around just from that simple act. My name is Gary Johnson, and my partner Ross Arnson couldn't be here today, so just you and me. Every week, we bring you thought-provoking and potentially life-changing content on these live streams. Some of you just listen for entertainment. Some of you listen to build your own resources of content you can bring to your audience. We see it and we hear it, okay? And some of you actually take the information and implement what you learn. However you participate, thanks in advance for all of you who choose not to just sit on the sidelines and actually participate during our streams. We have deep gratitude for you and really appreciate you. So thank you. Now, let's see where you're all tuning in from. Go ahead and let us know in the comments where in the world, what's the country, what's the city. Go ahead and let us know in the comments. It's a great way to connect with a larger community of like-minded people, right? Plus, your engagement will help you to remember, retain, and recall what you hear today. After all, this live stream was created just for you. All right, so it was created for you so that you could be introduced into revolutionary approaches to leveraging what we know about the power of intention, the impact of thoughts, and the brilliance of your untapped potential. So I'd like to just share an opportunity for you to get on a live and interactive Zoom call experience, unlike anything you've ever experienced. It's a free gathering where there's no selling, no elevator pitches, or awkward self-promotion babbling that goes on, all right? It's not a teaching session like we do here on our weekly live streams or our masterclass or our 5-day training events. It's a safe space where you can meet and interact with other like-minded, purpose-driven entrepreneurs who are looking for empowering communities and collaboration opportunities. We call it the virtual roundtable. Okay, it is by invitation only. So if you want to join us on an upcoming VRT, just drop a hashtag VRT in the comments. That's hashtag VRT for virtual roundtable in the comments, and one of us will get back to you with the RSVP link and the upcoming dates and times. All right, now, let me just make sure we have everything functioning and doing what we needed to do here. And I'm just making sure that we are on. Live stream is going. Okay. I don't see it loading here. Let me see. No, I don't see it loading. I'm going to assume it is because it says I'm live, but I don't see the page loading. Facebook does these funny things. All right, well, if it is live, great. I'm not seeing any comments or anything. Very strange. Well, it's Facebook, so I mean, it's not necessarily very strange. It's probably par for course. Okay, so it does say I'm live, it does say I'm streaming. The page is not loading up on the group to show. So in this live stream, we'll start with some basic ideas of our current understanding of the structure of reality and how it's created from the constant communication that you have with your internal and your external matrix. And we talk about internal external matrix a lot in different live streams. I'll touch on it a little bit again today. So the constant communication that you have with your internal and external matrix and the way that communication interacts with yourself. Okay, and if you've heard our live streams before, you know that the acronym we use for self is spiritually evolving life force. All right, my intention in this short window of time is to help you to make practical use of that knowledge. Okay, and to increase the pace of your personal evolution and your ability to consciously and competently contribute to the shifting of our collective consciousness. So what we've recognized is that there are what we consider to be 4 quadrants to this thing we call reality. Okay. The first is that there is a specific structure. So the first quadrant is that there's a specific structure that we all adhere to in order to coexist. Now, I don't believe it contains all of the elements of reality, only the structural components that we've all agreed to play with in this dimension. So basically, it's pretty simple. Right? In order for the reality we agree upon to exist, there has to be an experience. There has to be some reference to space where that experience occurs. There has to be the space is aware something happens, right? There's a reference to time. We have to have a reference to time. So when something happens. Then there has to be an energy. So a why or a how something happens. And of course, there has to be a reference to some kind of matter. So what that materializes when something happens. Okay, those are all within the first quadrant of reality, what we call the structure of reality. The second quadrant is all about the language that interacts with us and that we interact with that formulates the structure of that reality. Right? Now, the thing is, you have a mixture of language, of a language of limitations and a language of enlightenment that flows in and throughout your infinity matrix. So depending on the ratio of dominance that language has, it will directly impact the structure of reality you experience every day. So if there is a greater proportion of the language of limitations in your internal and external matrix, then guess what? You'll probably have experiences that lean more towards what you'd consider negative, contracting, and challenging. And on the other hand, if there's a greater proportion of the language of enlightenment at play with your infinity matrix, then the probability is that you attract more experiences of potential, probability, and expansion. Okay? And the third quadrant is crucial, and I'd say the most essential of all the quadrants for your experience of reality. And that is the spirit in the matrix. So in other words, your consciousness, the core essence of who you are, your authentic, spiritually evolving life force, yourself, right? Or what you call yourself. And for those who pursue the journey of self-exploration and self-betterment, we call you our infinity matrix selfies. How do you like that? We call you our selfies. Taylor Swift has her Swifties. We have selfies, right? Which is spiritually evolving life forces with illuminated essence synchronized, right? If you fit that description or resonate with any of that, go ahead and drop a hashtag selfies in the comment. Okay, and that's selfies, capital SELF. All right, selfies in the comment. The fourth quadrant of reality is reserved for those who are looking to go beyond. Okay, those who recognize that spark that pulsates to let them know there's more. There's more to reality than what they are experiencing. No matter how good or bad it is, it's that inner calling to access your ability to expand beyond the imposed or established limitations within the other quadrants. Okay, so creating a reality of intentional and consistent miracles as an everyday norm. So understanding these four quadrants and figuring out how to make each one work in your favor is the key to becoming invincible in a field of unlimited potential. So let's unwrap each of them a little bit, okay, and see what arises for you. Okay, and again, remember to share your comments in the comment section. If you have any questions, drop them. We'll roll back and answer them. We give pretty detailed responses. We don't just give one word comments and stuff. We're pretty involved with supporting you if you have questions. Okay, so quadrant one, the structure of reality. That is the core fabric that intricately weaves the narrative of your existence. It encompasses the fundamental elements that shape the fabric of your reality. Okay? So it encompasses space, time, energy, and matter. Okay? Or what we call the stem of reality. Space, time, energy, and matter of reality. Okay? It's at the core of this quadrant is those components. They are the building blocks of existence. Again, think about it. Space, time, energy, and matter. Can you have an experience of existence without any or all of those? Okay. These elements collectively define the physical and temporal dimensions of the universe that we know and experience. Space provides the canvas. Time, it dictates the flow. Right? Energy propels motion, and matter gives substance to the cosmos. Space and time act as the cosmic canvas or matrix where the tapestry of reality unfolds. Space provides the stage for all the phenomena, while time orchestrates the unfolding of those events. And together, they create the framework for the intricate dance of existence that takes place. And energy is the dynamic force that propels the things into being in the infinity matrix. It is the driving factor behind all movement, all change, and all transformation. From the smallest subatomic particles to the grandeur of celestial bodies out there. Energy is the animating principle that permeates the structure of reality. and matter in its various forms serves as the building blocks of the physical world, right? From the microscopic to the macroscopic, matter provides the substance that manifests in diverse entities, from living organisms to inanimate objects. It's the tangible expression of time, energy, and matter, okay, as they interplay in the infinity matrix. The elements in this quadrant operate on a harmonious dance of interconnectedness, right? So there's space, there's time, there's energy, and matter. They're all interwoven into an unlimited landscape of experiences, and each influencing and shaping the other, specific to you, right? The harmony of this interconnected dance forms the basis for the stability and the order that you can observe in the universe. So in exploring the structure of reality, it invites scientific exploration and understanding with disciplines like, more and more, it's been coming out in the last 20 years, right? More and more things like physics, astronomy, cosmology can bring awareness into the intricate details of the STEM, the space, time, energy, and matter, and unraveling mysteries of your reality and revealing insights into what influences the reality we each experience. So think of the structure of reality as a way to lay the groundwork for your comprehension of existence. This is where your reality is painted. So I suggest you explore what that is for you. Find deeper understandings and play with those fundamental principles that support your experience of reality. Quadrant 2, you get to decide if you pursue developing the language of enlightenment or the language of limitations. It's all up to you. It's your choice. Okay? Our focus is on the language of enlightenment. It's where we consider the profound interplay between the language that formulates the structure of reality through communications from the internal matrix of our mind, brain, right, and our body internally, to the external matrix of the other than self reality going on out there, right? Everything that's not self, that out there, and how it interacts with this. So we emphasize the importance of developing a language that leads to empowerment and possibilities, because this quadrant serves as the bridge between your inner and your outer realities. And in this quadrant, language, it doesn't just mean communication. It's a tool that shapes our perception of reality. The words we use, both internally and externally, influence how we interpret and interact with the world around us. So actively developing a language of enlightenment involves refining your vocabulary, creating a vocabulary that constructs our experience of existence the way we want. The language of enlightenment is intimately connected to the internal matrix of our brain and mind, because it's always going on. There's always communication going on there. It's nonstop, right? There's also communication coming at you nonstop as well from the external matrix. So this language of enlightenment explores how the thoughts we generate, the beliefs we hold, and the language we use internally contribute to the construction of our individual external reality. Developing a language of enlightenment is a powerful way to create transformative narratives in any area of your life. And for us, mindful communication is at the heart of this quadrant. It encourages individuals to be intentional and aware of the words they choose, both in self-talk and in external communications. By fostering mindfulness in expression, you create a language that aligns with the possibility and understanding of the deeper connection with self and others. And it involves refining the language you use to navigate both inner landscapes and the external world, and the reality that unfolds somewhere in the mix of all of it. So by consciously shaping our linguistic expressions, we create a language that leads to enlightenment, nurturing a deeper understanding of ourselves, our relationships, and the intricacies of reality. So the third quadrant, the spirit in the matrix, invites you to explore the essence of consciousness and the profound nature of self-awareness. Now remember, spiritually evolving life force, right? Connecting with the core of your being, the very essence that defines your true authentic self. And it shapes your experiences in the infinity matrix. So at the heart of this quadrant is consciousness, the ever-present navigator of our experiences. It's the uncharted territory within, where thoughts and emotions and perceptions converge into what we call a choice convergence point, and converges into a sense of self. And this self-aware consciousness knows and understands that it's not just a passive observer. It's an active participant in shaping the reality you perceive and experience. So self-awareness is one of those keys to unlocking this quadrant. It goes beyond the recognition of our own existence. It involves the intimate understanding of our thoughts, our motivations, our beliefs, and the interconnectedness with all that is. The God force, universe, whatever you label it, it's that connection between all that is, your self, and the reality that shows up as a byproduct of that triad. And the more you dive into that self-awareness, the clearer your perception becomes, allowing you to more effectively navigate the infinity matrix with intentionality. So again, the term self starts to take on a more profound meaning here, should for you from now on, expanding beyond just individual identity. It embodies the continuous journey of growth and evolution that our consciousness undergoes. And as one of our selfies, okay, as one of our selfies, you accept that you are dynamic. You're not limited. You are evolving. You're not constricted. You are infinitely unlimited because you are connected to a greater spiritual force that propels you forward on the path of self-discovery. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Otherwise, you wouldn't tune into this type of content, right? And then there's the quadrant 4, transcending the matrix. This is where the rules and agreements of reality can get a little fuzzy, okay? It invites you to explore the profound concept of moving beyond the established limitations within the other quadrants. Okay? And this quadrant represents the realm of intentional and consistent miracles, where the boundaries of what is perceived as possible are pushed and expanded and have infinitely unlimited potential. In this quadrant, you fully explore the idea of transcending limitations, breaking free from the confines of conventional thinking and societal norms. It challenges you to question and establish boundaries within the structure of reality and the language that formulates it. Start to question those established boundaries and pushing those boundaries of what is deemed possible. It's where you're constantly investigating with deliberate and conscious creation of your reality, expanding beyond mere observation or acceptance of what shows up in your reality, where you get to make your own rules and intentionally shape the reality you desire. This is where you can awaken the creator within and find that miracles are not relegated to rare and extraordinary occurrences, but they are presented as consistent and intentional events for you to sample. So this quadrant is about aligning with your higher purpose or calling, congruently tapping into your sense of purpose that goes beyond personal desires. And it embraces contribution to the greater good and the collective evolution. Transcending the matrix is an invitation to step into the realm where intentional creation, consistent miracles, and personal empowerment become the norm. It challenges you to reframe your understanding of what is possible and encourages you into continuous growth, a continuous journey of growth, expansion, and intentionally shaping of the reality that reflects your deepest aspirations. So if you want to find out more about how to master those 4 quadrants of reality, you can get on a call with either Ross or myself to discuss how our signature program, Expanding Beyond Business Mastery, can help you to get from where you are to where you want to be in life. If that sounds like a conversation you'd like to have, just drop a hashtag 4 quadrants in the comment. That's hashtag number 4 quadrants in the comments, and one of us will reach out to you through direct messenger message DMs to set up a time and have that conversation with you. Okay. Now let me leave you with 4 takeaways that you can take away, implementation actions that can get you started on those 4 quadrants. Okay. So structure of reality, action. Set aside time daily for learning. That's it. Just set aside daily, intentionally set aside time for that. And if you're already doing that, set aside a little bit more time. Expand yourself, stretch yourself. Why? Because expanding your understanding of the world and your field of expertise by dedicating time each day to learn something new will expand your possibilities and options in those realms. Okay, and this could involve, reading articles or, watching educational videos. And, there are over 200 great videos on our YouTube channel. If you'd like more of our content, just go to youtube.com/@infinitymatrix, and you'll get to our channel and you can subscribe and hit the bell there for notifications and just binge on the great content that we have there. Or listen to podcasts that leave you feeling empowered, making you think, leaving you in a thought process where you have to think about what your reality and how you contribute to that. Okay, we're actually in the process of setting up our own podcast, which will be released soon. So we'll let you know all about it when it actually goes live. Okay, so that's what you can do for structure of reality. 2, for quadrant 2, developing a language of enlightenment, the action is to actively engage in increasing your amount of positive self-talk. Genuine positive self-talk, not fake it till you make it type stuff. I mean, genuine positive self-talk. Be mindful of your internal dialogue and replace thoughts, negative thoughts, with positive declarations of reality. We actually have an awesome process called thought alchemy that helps with this. Cultivating a positive self-narrative will foster a language of enlightenment within your mind and begin that spark to occur. That's a great start. Okay. Third, in spirit of the matrix, okay, the action is to reflect on your personal values. All right, just start to do some inner reflecting on your personal values. Deepen your connection with your core values by taking time to reflect on what truly matters to you at the core. Then you'll resonate with your authentic self. Aligning your actions with your values will enhance your sense of self in the matrix. Okay, and then step number fourth action you can take for transcending the matrix. Okay, action is to set and pursue stretch goals. So what's a stretch goal? Stretch goal is where you challenge yourself by setting ambitious goals that go beyond your comfort zone. Okay? They don't have to be ridiculous, but they have to stretch beyond your comfort zone. And pursuing these stretch goals encourages personal growth, and it facilitates a process of transcending the established limitations. You start to establish that habit. All right. So that's our live stream for this week, everyone. Please let us know in the comments if you've enjoyed it, and you can also let us know, what you found most valuable from your time here. Okay, whether you're here live or you're watching, and I can't see because Facebook isn't showing me if you guys are responding, so I'm assuming you are. So whether you're live or you're catching the replay, we come back and we check the comments and respond to them. So even if you're on the replay, play along, interact. It's for your benefit. Okay, don't be a bystander. Those days we're moving into a time and a space now where being a bystander is no longer acceptable. Participate in this human evolution experience. Okay, it's time to step up. All right. And one final reminder is that we have our virtual roundtable coming up, and it is it's by invitation only. So you have to tell us if you want to attend or are interested by typing hashtag VRT. That's VRT for virtual roundtable in the comments. And we'll send you the RSVP link with dates and details for you to join us. And with that, I'd like to leave you with a dare, right? I dare you to be exceptional. And the only way to do that is to implement what you learn and learn from what you implement. Till next time, be well, everyone. Thanks for being here with me, and we will see you on the next live stream. Yeah, so, I'm going to take this time here. I'm going to ask you to just play along here with us just for a little bit, okay? If possible, and if you're in a place where it's safe to do so, just close your eyes for a few moments and let us take you on an imagination where we transport you to a unique place. Let's say it's a sanctuary where minds converge in conscious collaboration. Imagine that. And we're all headed there together, even though it will be unique to each of us in this space. There's no room for the typical noise of selling, no elevator pitches, and certainly no awkward self-promotion that just turns people off. Okay? Instead, it's a space where authenticity reigns supreme, where pure relationship building and collaboration take center stage. So imagine joining in this space, feeling an immediate sense of warmth and camaraderie. You greet and you're greeted by purpose-driven entrepreneurs and thought leaders from diverse backgrounds, all gathered with a shared intention to connect, to learn, to grow together. And the air just swells with the vibrant energy of possibility and the excitement of collective wisdom.
Okay, so keeping your eyes closed, continue to imagine that as you participate with the intention of service, you become part of engaging and deep conversations. Everyone is actively listening to one another with genuine interest. There are no ulterior motives or hidden agendas. Everyone is focused on understanding, empathizing, and learning from each other. It's a place where vulnerability is celebrated. For it's through vulnerability that true connection is forged. In this space, you are not just a name or a title. You are seen, you're heard, and valued for your unique perspective and contribution that goes beyond your business label. You feel a sense of belonging and empowerment, knowing that your voice matters and that your ideas have the potential to create positive change for those in the meeting with you. By you participating in this virtual environment, we are co-creating a sanctuary of conscious collaboration where the power of collective minds can be unleashed. It's a departure from the traditional business landscape where competition often has been valued and often overshadows collaboration. But here, we prioritize collaboration over competition, recognizing that by working together, we can achieve far more than working in isolation.
Yeah, and so we are imagining this transformative journey together. And in doing that, we can embrace a place where purpose-driven entrepreneurs and thought leaders converge, where authenticity and relationships are the currency, and where collaboration is the catalyst for remarkable achievements. Just imagine that. Now, go ahead and open your eyes, come back, and let's begin to build this reality together, right here, right now. And before we go into that and go towards that, here's what others are saying about this type of collaborative environment and what their experiences are. All right, now that you've watched those, here are a few things you need to know to be ready for the virtual roundtable. First thing is that you need to be there right on time or early if possible, because we want to honor everyone's time and start into the experience right away. Because once we get going, there's such a flow of creative interactions and ideas that it's important that we actually head right into the breakout rooms about 5 minutes in, so we don't really waste a lot of time. So to prevent interruptions, we won't be letting anyone in late. And that's a strict rule, a strict boundary we're going to stick by.
Exactly. And second thing is that you need to be camera ready. This is not a sit behind a blank screen experience. There are no spectators. Have pen and paper ready. You have to have your camera on in order to really participate with your partners, in order to build those relationships and those collaborations. Think of this like the blending of a super powerful mastermind with the time and the efficiency of a speed dating service. So you can expect efficient use of your time and a variety of interactions with like-minded entrepreneurs in a no-pressure environment for a powerful bonding experience. So, for example, let's say you had individual meetings with, let's say, 20 people at 30 minutes each. Well, that would take you 10 hours. But instead, if you met those 20 people in 1 2-hour day, you're going to have a relationship and a bond with everyone in the virtual roundtable. So this is such a smart, efficient use of your time when you come to these events.
Absolutely. And the most important rule is that everything we do here is in a safe place.
Absolutely.
You can show up as your authentic self and know that you have a space where you can get real help. This also sets the tone so that you get amazing value from each event. You're going to leave with solid connections, absolutely. And let's face it, being an entrepreneur can sometimes be so isolating. Well, it's time for us to change that, right? And when you have a community like this, you're going to want to come back and interact with familiar and new members on a regular basis. So remember that imagining that we had you do a little earlier today in the video? Well, we are going to facilitate that kind of experience for those who show up. All right. Once again, thanks for being here and taking action. As we all know, that's the only way to get things done. Now, let's connect, get empowered, and create an impact. If you have any questions, you can DM either Ross or myself on Facebook, and we look forward to seeing you in our next virtual roundtable.
We'll see you
Thanks.
there. Thanks. Bye-bye.